Prepare to be amazed by what you see in this video on Solana. I do want to start making a few more cryptocurrency related videos here, Bitcoin and Solana, notably those two. Solana is my favorite cryptocurrency because I think it has the most potential of all the cryptocurrencies. You know, Ethereum, Bitcoin already have massive market caps, and I think a coin like Solana or token may benefit more from the next bull market than a Bitcoin or an Ethereum. I do also enjoy, like Bitcoin because it is a store of value in my opinion. We'll see if the Bitcoin ETF can get approved, and that's going to be huge for the whole cryptocurrency space. So I think the next bull market here is going to be absolutely massive. And the question is though, when is that bull market going to start? When is the bull market going to start? You never want to be too early because being too early is basically being wrong. So on Solana right now, I originally had this wedge drawn out a long time ago while we were in this sort of wedge pattern here. I had that level and then that level as a breakout level, but I actually preferred my last one. But regardless, the thing here is that Solana, there could be a few different scenarios here on Solana, and let me just draw them out to you. I have a ton of trend lines here on my chart because I'm just looking for levels of resistance. This first black trend line down here is the level of resistance of these two highs. We did break above it here, but we are stalling. Do we see this pull back test this level and continue up? Do we just turn from here? There's no way to really tell what's going on this chart right now other than it's bullish. I can't look at this chart and tell you that, okay, Solana's looking bearish now, I think it's time to sell. I just don't think that's the case. If you follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at @the_bucket shop, you probably know that we were signaling here that this was a very important zone for cryptocurrencies right as they were bouncing off. Well, Solana was bouncing off of its 200-day moving average and Bitcoin off of its 50-day moving average. We posted an exact tweet this day, so if you want that kind of live information, make sure to go follow me on Twitter, and I'll put the link in the description. But anyway, we've had a massive rally since then, and I'm pretty sure on this day I told you to that I was starting to look at taking maybe a few profits because we've had a massive rally since about these levels here. That's about 112% to the peak to where we are right now. That's still 91%. So massive rally on Solana has everybody talking. But the thing is, can it be sustained? Now, okay, we did break out of that first level, which is positive. We do have the moving averages in a bullish arrangement, which is very positive. We did bounce off of the 200-week moving average, which is positive. But at the moment, a lot of people are calling for 2024 to be a great year for cryptocurrencies, but it just has me thinking. If we do see a stock market crash in 2024, maybe going into 2025, I don't see how cryptocurrencies could do especially well. Unless all the money from the stock market, is just going to flow into cryptocurrencies, which I doubt that's going to happen. So I'm, thinking more that there is a possibility that we are not done with these bear markets here for cryptocurrencies. Maybe we're getting a large bear flag here for Solana. Let me just get rid of this trend line right here. Let me show you my I have a few options here. So if this is a bear flag and we're connecting these lows right here, you want to draw the parallel to that line and then put it to the top of the level which you believe the bear flag could be. Now, don't be surprised, don't think the Solana cannot reach this trend line. I think it could reach it very easily. And I am still long. I have taken profits, but I am still long right now because there is no reason for me to sell. The chart is just completely bullish. We have multiple levels of support underneath. I think if we're going to crash, we have to see strong evidence of that, taking out these moving averages. If you take them out, then it's not just straight up and down. You can go sideways. You are going to get other opportunities to get out of your position, to build new positions. Usually things they don't always just go straight up and down. Like, you see, we had this first peak here, and then we went sideways for months and months. And back here too, we had a bottom, and then we went sideways for months. Like, it's not just up, down, up, down, up, down. Here we had a large triangle and a fourth wave, in my opinion, before exploding up for the fifth wave. I think, the reason why I like Solana so much is because I think it's in that this was its first wave, okay? This was its first wave. This is its second wave here. Either it ended right there, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit here. or this is still its second wave, and then we're going to see a third wave nonetheless. Regardless, this is why it is my favorite cryptocurrency at the moment. So Solana right now, if this is indeed a second wave and that we're not done correcting it, I have this kind of channel drawn out here. We broke out of this channel, and so let me just go ahead and get rid of that actually, because we don't really need to see that anymore here on the chart. We are bullish, but if we are going to have a stock market crash pretty soon, I think this could just be a bear flag, and we could see, you know, Solana come down and capitulate a lot of people here. This would be ultimate capitulation on cryptocurrencies. This is why I think it's very important to be watching what happens here and to not just really just get caught up in the moment. You know, you have to think of what's going on in the world with the U.S. economy. Inverted yield curve is telling us that we are definitely going to have a recession here soon. You know, if the Fed is done raising rates, then, you know, it may be in 6, 12, I don't know how many months, but soon that means that we're going to see a recession hit and the Fed start to pivot and start cutting rates, which is going to be terrible for the stock market, because at that point it means that the economy, the market is really bad, and, you know, they have to support it by cutting rates. You know, right now the market is strong. That's why they can afford here, you know, in order to fight inflation, they can afford to keep the rates elevated. But the market's not always going to be this strong. You know, the rates, they have their impacts, and the impacts take time to show. So, you know, just keep that in mind. And I think cryptocurrencies are also following this kind of thing. You know, they do move very similarly to the stock market. So I don't see how we could get a massive crash here, massive bear market, and see cryptocurrencies just doing fine. Maybe they bottom before the market bottoms, but you know, I think if the market moves down strongly, I don't think cryptocurrencies are just going to be rising up. In which case, that would be really something. Okay, it could happen. I'm not going to say it can't, but I just don't think that is going to happen. So we still have some room to move here if this is indeed the bear flag. Now, the other option for Solana is that we have this sort of pattern developing. Let me just connect these highs. That we have some sort of a wedge pattern developing. Okay, not a straight flag, less bullish, but they both are corrective patterns. So the wedge, this is how it would draw itself out. We have A, B, C, D, and E. And within this wedge, we would be seeing waves developing in two waves. So right here you have A, and then you kind of have a B here, and it's two sort of waves. You have a first bottom, you could take that out, get a second bottom, B, and then you move up here, A, B, C. So you get A, B, C's, okay? So maybe this is just like, okay, A, whatever, straight line. Then you get A, B, C, A, B, C. Here you get maybe a, you know, a pullback A, another rise B before a big crash C, and then a massive last rally here that could take us, I don't know when, into next year before the market starts its bear market there, and really see this coming and crashing down. Now, because everyone is talking about the Bitcoin halving, I think that maybe it won't happen as it always does, but we'll just, you know, have to see how it plays out. As I'm saying, I am still bullish, and if the chart just doesn't turn bearish and this thing just keeps on going and going and going, I have no reason to sell. If it proves to me that this is indeed a bull market, then I will be happy to keep my positions, okay? Because I do believe this thing is going to go soaring for a third wave. Now, for this to be a valid bull count, right here, you probably had 1, 2, okay? And then now you're getting 3 if this is bullish, okay? You're going to get 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, blah. Now, within this count here, this means that this is none other than, let me just draw it out to you, that this is 1, 2, third of the third, the most impulsive wave, okay? The most impulsive wave, which, I mean, that is kind of what we are getting right now. Solana up, what is it, 74% last week? Something crazy. Or no, not last week, I'm sorry. So we had 32% the week starting on October 16th, and then we had 13%, and then we had 26.95%. So in 3 weeks here, in 3 weeks, we closed the week. I mean, we're not yet closing the week, but we're getting close to closing the week, almost up 100%. I mean, the 3 weeks up 100% there. Okay, 100%. So very, very impulsive. Maybe we are in a third wave. This is what I'm trying to tell you, but I do need to see more evidence of this thing just shooting upward. So for that to be the case as well, this would be telling us that this is a so those are the things that I'm watching on Solana right now. I don't really want to, the MACD isn't necessarily showing us any signs of. I mean, we are having a extreme reading here develop, but I mean, we don't have a bearish cross yet. A lot of these things, none of my charts, none of my signals are showing me that Solana is bearish for now. I am very excited for Solana, and if this is indeed okay, this is what I want to talk to you about. So let's just say this is the first scenario here. Yeah, this is the first scenario here where we crash down here, okay, and then we get a continuation that this is a bear flag. Let's say we peak right here, go down, or we go a little bit higher and go down. If this is in fact a bear flag, okay, people are gonna laugh at me for saying this, but think whatever you want to think. If this is in fact a bear flag and we validate this bear flag, by a lot has to happen, okay, for that to be the case here. But if we come tag, let's say this level, or maybe even just this level, and then just turn off, okay, maybe we get the wedge here, so a little bit later here, and then we turn off, we would be getting a continuation of this move, so a one-to-one development here. That would be our ABC for complete capitulation. Where would that take us? Minimum objective target would be $1.75 on Solana. So be very careful here. There is still a lot of risk, but once again, we do need to see that play out. And if this thing just keeps soaring straight up, or we correct in a healthy manner and then we just keep going up, there is no reason to turn bearish. You don't want to get caught up thinking, oh, it's gonna do this. Nah. Follow the price action, follow the chart at the end of the day. Make your analysis, okay? Make your analysis of what you think is going to happen, your different scenarios, and then the one that's playing out, that you got to follow it, okay? You got to think that is what's going on. So I just want to say this. The reason why I'm saying we have to be careful here, Bitcoin is looking, bullish for now, but we still need to see it continue to go up, as I'm saying. It's kind of the same thing for Solana here. We've had a massive rally, but we do need to see this thing get sustained. We are reaching important levels of resistance here. We are within a first, resistance zone. So we're watching on Solana, on Bitcoin, how we fare around this level of resistance. If we start turning off of it, as I'm saying, we could get a last leg down here for the bear market, coming here in the next coming months. And Bitcoin bounced off of its 200-week moving average. We did get a higher low under the 200-day, under the 200-week. So that is bullish. Okay, that is bullish. This is why I'm trying to tell you this is a very important zone. We had the massive rally here, and if we can continue moving up, then we continue moving up to the next level of resistance. We're probably going to be moving up to this resistance zone to 48,000 to 45,000. Okay, to 40, let's say 43 to like 48,000. If we can clear these levels and just keep going up. Right now the chart is still bullish on Bitcoin, still bullish on Solana, but we are maybe taking a little bit of profits off here. Not financial advice, I'm just telling you how this trading system that I've developed works. Maybe here you take a little bit of profits just so that you're safe. You keep your positions open, but you take profits, a little bit of profits, just so you have that money. Maybe you cover your stop losses. Maybe you take more than that. Okay, do whatever you want to do, but you manage your risk however you want to. But the most important thing, once again, is that you're responsible in managing your risk in this game if you want to be successful, okay, for a long time. Because you can be successful not managing risk for a while, but at some point it's going to come back and bite you. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. It really helps me out. Let me know if you want to see more of these crypto videos, Solana and Bitcoin mainly, and like the video. It really helps the channel out. All right, man, I'll see you next time.